The area the area of a polygon is the amount of surface that it covers. You can find the area of a parallelogram in much the same way as you can find the area of a rectangle. So the area A, so we call A, capital A, the area of a parallelogram, is the product, which means we multiply, of its base B and its height H. So, like here, whoop, wrong way. So like here, that is not working. Okay. So we call the side that's not diagonal the base, and then the distance from the base up to the top, that is the height. Okay. And so to find the area, we just multiply base times height. And that's going to be actually the same as a regular rectangle. So usually, like, we call it length and width, but it's the same thing of base and height. And we can actually take this piece here and move it over here. And I know this isn't perfect, but then that ends up becoming a rectangle. And that's one of the reasons that the base times height works, is because the parallelogram is basically just a rectangle, just kind of slanted a little bit there. Okay, so here's some examples to find the area of each parallelogram. So we're going to write the formula. The formula is area equals base times height. We're going to substitute the values, which means base, we're going to put 12, and height, we're going to put 14. So I'm going to write this as A is equal to 12 times 14. And then you can multiply, okay? On these, you actually can use a calculator. So, but I'm just going to write it out, 12 times 14. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. Go down here. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Added up, my area is 168. And then we're actually also going to write meters squared. Okay, because when we are multiplying, we're actually doing 12 meters times 14 meters. And meters times meters is meters squared. So that's what we are writing there. I should have written this off to the side. But that way we can do that. The same thing on this next one. We're going to write the formula. So the formula is area is equal to base times height. Okay, so again, BH, that means base times height. I can write the dot, I don't have to. So the area is equal to, on this one, the base is actually this side. Okay, so I'm going to write that as 8.5 times the height, which is 4. And then to multiply, I'm going to do 8 times 4 plus 1/2 times 4. I'm using that distributive property, so I don't have to turn this into an improper fraction. So my area is 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1/2 times 4 is 2. So my area on this one is 34 feet squared. Now, sometimes they give you a parallelogram on a grid, and they don't tell you what the base and the height are. So you have to count the grid lines to find the dimensions. So we're going to do that. The base is 1, 2. So right there, the base is 2. The height, because we're actually going from the very top to the bottom, we're actually going to have to go from here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also could have chosen from here. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the height is 5. So the base is 2 units. The height is 5 units. So we're going to write the formula, area equals base times height. So the area is equal to 2 times 5. And then we just multiply. So the area is equal to 10 units. We don't know what the units are, but whatever they are, units squared. Okay, then sometimes you're going to be given an area with a missing piece. So we're finding the area of the shaded region. This part is not shaded. So what we are going to do is find the area of the whole thing and then subtract the area of this. So again, I'm going to do area is base times height. So for the main shaded region, the area is 7 times 5. So the area is 35 feet squared. And then of the little rectangle, again, area is base times height. So area is 1 times 3. So that area is 3 feet squared. So then I'm going to do 35 minus 3. So the total area of the shaded region is 32 feet squared. And then this real life example is very similar to the last one. So we make a photo prop for a school fair. You cut a 10-inch square out of a parallelogram shaped piece of wood. What is the area of the photo prop? So we're going to find the area of the whole thing, but because this is inches and this is feet, we're actually going to make them all inches, okay? And there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So we're going to do 4 times 12 to get 48 inches up here. And then we're going to do 8 times 12 is 96 inches over here. So to find the area of the whole thing, we're going to do area is base times height. So we're going to do area is 48 times 96. And again, this is where you guys can use your calculators. I don't feel like multiplying 48 times 96, even though, like, I can. But on the state test, you will be given calculators for these, because these aren't testing to see, do you know how to multiply? So then 48 times 96 is 4,608 inches squared. And then I'm going to take the area of this little piece. So that little piece is 10 times 10, which is 100. So I'm going to subtract 100 from here and get that the area with the missing piece is 4,508 inches squared.